Let's do an example using the average rate of change formula. These examples are very plug and play. So, for example, well, first of all, let me copy down the average rate of change formula. It's the rise over the run. And let's look at the following example. The concentration of a drug in a patient's bloodstream X hours after the drug is administered is, give me just a moment, C of X equals 30x divided by x squared plus 7. And let's find the average rate of change in the drug concentration between the first and the 10th hour. Plug and play. We want C of 10 minus C of 1 divided by 10 minus 1. C of 10 is 30 times 10 divided by 10 squared plus 7. So 300 over 107. C of 1 is 30 times 1 divided by 1 squared plus 7, or 38ths. So the average rate of change formula, C of 10, 300 over 7, minus C of 1, all divided by 10 minus 1. And let's just hop over to our calculator. And we'll type this in. So the numerator and denominator should both be in parentheses. In the numerator, we've got 300 107ths. I see I had a copying error when I wrote that down. Minus 38ths. There's our numerator. And our denominator, if we wanted to write that subtraction down, it would have to be in parentheses, but 10 minus 1 we can do in our head. So we get this as our average rate of change. Negative 0.105% per volume per hour. So as I said at the beginning, it's pretty plug and play if you can just avoid making minor errors, like I had that copying error there. If you I fixed it. If you can avoid doing stuff like that, you shouldn't have any trouble. A word of warning about the average rate of change, because it is an average. It's giving you a very bird's eye view of what's going on, and you're missing any detail that might be interesting. So let's take a look at the graph of this concentration function. And we're interested on the interval from 1 to 10. And here's our graph, and you see the concentration is rising initially. It rises, then it starts to fall. And the average rate of change can't convey that kind of detail. The average rate of change says it starts at 1,3.75 and it ends at 10,2.804. So it ends up lower than it began. On average, it must be decreasing, which of course is true, but again, ignores the details of what's happening.